Crisis Number 1 Analysis, paragraphs 4 and 5, created by Selena, Ashlyn, May, and Bella.
In paragraphs 4 through 5, Paine is speaking to the American people in order to gain independence from Britain. He wants to have the American people be free. Paine also wants to show the people that we need to fight for our freedom. This leads to an increase of morality, allowing the Tories to question what side is actually right. In paragraph 4, Thomas Paine first starts out by saying how they are only fighting in the Middle States because they are infested with Tories. Tories are loyalists who are fighting against the colonies for King George. He then goes on further to say that he has tried on multiple occasions to convince them to change their ways and that there is no need to fight, but that they have not listened to him, and due to this, they have left him no choice but to carry on and keep fighting. Paine says that a Tory is a coward and they could never be brave. In a way, the Tories are like leashed dogs. They are controlled by the king and will blindly do whatever the king wants them to. Because of this, Paine is confident that if 100 Whigs went up against 1,000 Tories, not a single soldier would be worried or nervous.
The rhetorical strategies in paragraphs 4 and 5 are the Tories versus the Whigs. Every Tory is a coward, for servile, slavish, and self-interested fear is the foundation of Toryism. Paine uses words like coward and self-interested to make the audience, who are the Tories, start to question and reflect on themselves. Paine also says your conduct is an invitation to the enemy, yet not one in 1,000 of you has heart enough to join him. He uses words like invite and join to tell the Tories that they would want to be with the enemy and they would want to join him. This gives the Tories a want to be accepted.
I should not be afraid to go with 100 Whigs against 1,000 Tories. Paine uses first person and the word afraid to invoke a feeling of confidence and strength for the Whigs. Paine says the period is now arrived in which either they or we must change our sentiment, or one or both must fall. The use of the falling imagery shows the audience an ultimatum, making the people a part of the Whigs feel compelled to fight for their side.
Thomas Paine's Crisis Number 1 had a very significant impact on both the British and the American people. Paine openly criticized King George III throughout the passage, claiming that Britain's rule was tyrannical and saying that the Americans were treated no better than slaves. Paine even compared King George to a criminal in the eyes of God when he states, "I cannot see on what grounds the King of Britain can look up to heaven for help against us. A common murderer, a highwayman, or a housebreaker has as good as a pretense as he." Thomas Paine encourages the Americans to break free from the shackles of British rule when he says, "Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered. Yet we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph." These words intimidated Great Britain, and not only inspired the Americans, but also inspired people from other countries that felt the pressure of a similar oppressive government.